So, as you know, I'm here in France, in Paris, and you are probably not. And I was just talking to my friend because the France has been under lockdown since March 16th, I think. So, this coming Monday is going to be the end of our 2-week confinement period. And the question is, how much longer will it be extended? Of course, it will be extended because of what we're seeing in Italy and Spain and here in France, especially on the east. But the question is, how long will it be extended? And then also what the new regulations will be, whether it'll be more strict, etc. Right now, you need to have a form. Anytime you leave the house, that form has changed. It changed, I think, yesterday. So I can only show you the old version. Give me 2 seconds. All right, so here you go. Let me get in the sun. All right, so here you go. So this is the form that you need. Let's take a look at it together. All right, so this is your statement about moving about. Okay, and then you've got the reasons that the reason that you're moving about, and you check whichever box. Of course, I don't have a printer. So I'm writing on the back my different reasons, like if I have to go across the street to take a shit, in case somebody stops me and it's like, yo, what are you doing about? I'm like, well, I'm gonna take a shit. This is where I shit. So anyway, the point of that is right. So the point of this story is I don't know what's going to happen. I thought it was very much up in the air. So I asked a friend. I asked, have there been any official announcements yet? What's going on with the confinement, with the shelter-in-place order? And she said that it's been extended 6 more weeks. So I looked for that announcement because I wanted to watch it. And I could find no such thing. I have seen over the past few days that the scientists and the researchers and the doctors have been suggesting that it be extended 6 weeks, but I saw no official thing. And I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? She goes, yep, the prime minister announced it, blah, blah, blah. And then she found that the prime minister had maybe not announced it, but had said that it will probably happen. And I said, I knew it. So it was only the scientists saying that we should extend it for 6 more weeks. It has not been extended for 6 more weeks. And she says, well, yeah, but the scientists and the government are working together. So it's not like it's just a piece of advice that scientists are giving the government. They're not just saying, and I was confused by that, frankly. I thought, how could scientists have so much power? In the US, in our system, in our system of values, science is an option. Data is like artwork. It's wonderful. We love it, and we love to use it when we can, but it's not essential. Science, we should also be consulting, in the US we were also consulting, I'm sure, the Pope, different religious leaders, because and scientists as well, because we want to hear from all the different sort of perspectives, all equally legitimate in our American system. We want to talk to the economists. Ask the economists, what do you think about the propagation of this disease and the fatality rate and so on, Talk to major CEOs, the leaders of America, What do you think about losing thousands and hundreds of thousands and perhaps more lives? That's we take a much more holistic approach, is how I like to put it. Considering all the different angles and all the different people who all the different experts, regardless of sort of whether their expertise is per se in the subject at hand, right? Consult coaches, we should consult actors and so on. I think that's so it was a bit of a culture shock for me to act like it's just a foregone conclusion because scientists said so. That's like saying, oh, humans evolved from something that could be classified as a different species, because scientists said so. It's like, well, that's one opinion, but what do other, people say about it? So anyway, I'm feeling a little bit oppressed in with this European culture of this sort of blind obedience and allegiance to scientists. They just had their nose in a book, and all of a sudden we think that they have the answers just because the answers, a lot of them are in some of those books. What about other books? The number one selling book in the world is the Bible. After that, Harry Potter. And yet we don't consult them. We only consult books that very few people have read. We only consult, who had ever even ever heard of Fauci? Did he have a reality program? Was he, a major face of American values? So I'm just venting. These are just some of my concerns about, the system going forward. By the way, I should note that my friend who had this snobby attitude about science and its role in policy, she's a Jew, or not a Jew. Maybe an Arab. I always confuse Palestinians and Israelis, but she's from there. So we know that she's probably behind on sort of a lot of her thinking, which is something we have to take into consideration. And she's a woman.